I just really want to start off by talking about what marriage is to me. And from my experience, loving and living with another person has seemed to be a series of miscommunications and mistranslations that somehow end up making sense. There is a story of a politician who married a Chinese woman, and when he first met her mother, they went off and the mother cooked a really very nice meal, and the politician came along and he turned around and said, "Thank you for the outstanding soup." But what he actually said was, "Thank you for the outstanding sex." Today, the three of us shall be making no such miscommunication. No. Matt and Ariel have shown their love and their commitment for each other by getting married twice. Once in Taiwan and once over here, and I think that's fabulous. I'm really, really up for celebrating big occasions and multiple times. And I hope for you, Matt, that Ariel is not. And for you, Ariel, I hope you follow after me, and I hope you get some really lovely diamond earrings to go with the diamond ring. Make sure Matt gets that for you. Yes. And, you know, marriage to me is something that happens when two people come of an age and they grow together. But, in case Matt has not shared too many of his eccentricities with you, we are here. And we have come up with a very brief, well, not very brief, but with a list of do's and don'ts. And David is going to start us off.
Thank you. So I first met Matt back in 1998 at Exeter, and we both auditioned for Footlight's production of Crazy for You. Matt was cast as Eugene Fodor, who was an Englishman intent on exploring a foreign land. Not much changes over that. So we lived together in our third and fourth years. I can't quite remember which way round it was for you in terms of number of years, Matt, but it was in the middle of your university. And so I feel pretty well versed on being able to say what it's actually like to live with Matt. So when it comes to cooking, beware. Because when I lived with Matt, he spent most of the time trying to combine unusual ingredients together and convince you that he was the next Heston Blumenthal. Yeah? And his sales patter was fantastic. It was really good, it tasted great, it was fantastic. He tried to convince all of us to sample it, but he might have succeeded until we either smelt it or saw it. And I can honestly say, in the entire time that I've known Matt, he's never once cooked for me. Which is probably a good thing. The only dish that I saw him cook more than once was his omelette bleu, which was essentially an omelette with red wine in it, which he thought would impress the ladies. Yes. Anyway. Aside from that, Matt's cooking often takes place at inopportune times. I can remember quite distinctly being woken up at 3 a.m. several days in a row by the smell of smoked mackerel being grilled from downstairs. Matt decided he needed more oily fish in his diet, and so we didn't really sleep for the rest of that week. And when it comes, therefore, I can come up with my first do's and don'ts. Ariel, do take charge of the cooking, and don't let him stock the fridge with oily fish that cook in the middle of the night. Now, the next thing I can talk about is his ability to sleep. Now, many of you may know that he could sleep for Britain. He used to sleep during the day and then set an alarm that would go off at 5-minute intervals. And the rest of the house would be hammering on his door, and he'd just sleep right away. Thank you, Matt. Ariel, do get his hearing tested. I think there may be something wrong with it. Ariel, there's one other thing that Matt learned at university, which was there is more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking. But it didn't stop him trying to perfect his photo face. So many of you will know that Matt likes to pout a bit. And if you don't know that, would you kindly open up your envelopes right now and pass them around? Ariel, I know you've been wanting to get into that for some time. There are several photos in there. You may recognise these as poses from Zoolander. And Matt invented his own, which is the painted mullet. So, Ariel, do tell Matt that there is more to life than just pouting. And with that, I'll hand it back.
The next do and don't for Matt comes down to being on a calm and pleasant walk with Matt. On a nice evening or a nice day, and you have a bit of time, but perhaps the day could do with a little spicing up. Or, alternatively, if you're walking with a deadline in mind, catching a plane, catching a train, needing to be at the theatre on time, please don't be alarmed, Ariel, if you happen to see that Matt has disappeared. Because it's not that he's running away from you, he's simply running up a mountain, or running to a temple, or running over a fence, or running for anything. So please do not worry on that one. The other thing is to say, if you are travelling anywhere by car with Matt, please do make sure your seatbelt is fastened securely. Oh, please do. And also make sure you are really buckled in. And the other thing is, if you're not a huge fan of James Bond music, then do get some earplugs. Because the journey will be very, very loud, very, very fast, and possibly a little dangerous. The other thing to say is, if you have plans the day after the night, you know, you've been out for a night before, but you have plans the next day, you have things in mind, please do reschedule those plans. As Matt, as David has said, has a great fondness for sleeping in during most of the day, till around 3, 4, 5. If, however, you do wish to speed up that process of getting out, going off, then my suggestion is this. Do start to play Star Wars. Do turn up the volume very, very, very loudly on Star Wars. Because Matt will hear that call. He will hear that noise, and he will come down to see you. However, do also be prepared that you will not move anywhere. You will simply watch the movie together. Those are your plans. Which leads on to my next point. If you watch a movie with Matt, do be prepared for the review. Do be prepared to understand that you will lose weeks, days, hours, years, if you do disagree from Matt on your opinion of the movie. Matt's opinion must be right, and you must agree to it. To save all bother, do that. The other thing is, today I'm wearing a three-piece suit in honour of Matt. Do enjoy Matt wearing his three-piece suit whenever possible. It is one of my very, very favourite things. Or alternatively, if you cannot enjoy the three-piece, enjoy Matt wearing a waistcoat whenever possible. On a note, I also think that Matt has a very particular fashion style. Over the years that I've known Matt, he has used very regular household objects in different ways. For example, he has used an umbrella as a sword, a wallet as a fake wallet, a penknife to defend himself like a sword, again, and broken off pieces of CDs as mirrors in his sunglasses. And various other self-defense weapons. The reason for this? Matt is a spy. So, I suppose the do on that one is, do be aware. Alright.
I think at this point you need to find out a little bit more about Matt's theatrical past. And so there's a gentleman over here that is just raring to tell you.
I'm not sure if I can actually hold this and do what I need to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, as with David, I met Matt at Exeter University back in 2001. We were both in Exeter Footlights together, and basically we had a series of events which changed our lives. And Matt's already kind of given this away, to be honest. And I basically don't want to just do another speech, so I have chosen to give this story to you in the form of a world premiere, completely original, you won't hear this anywhere else ever again, song. Now, this piano, we haven't actually seen if it's in tune, so let's see. Oh, it's in tune, it doesn't have a pedal. Oh, no, it's About 12 years ago, whilst both performing in a show, singing in the rain, I had a chat with Matt about writing a musical. I'd written one before, but it was really rather poor. And Matt had written plays and novels without end. We both felt we could achieve so very much more. And here we saw the chance to write something new, to write something bold. A chance to tell the world the greatest story never told. A story brave and true, British through and through, and with a catchy title. Plague the Musical, a light comedy about the Black Death. Singing corpses, dancing druids, and beggars with really bad breath. I don't really need a plot, no, just chuck some cliches in the pot. A handsome hero, funny sidekick, and lots of girls who are hot. Writing a musical with that came as easy as that. What should we do for a villain? The bunny, the giant rat. Writing a musical with that really is a fact. The one began as a story to show, but week by week just continued to grow. New characters here, new plot twists there. A mix of crap jokes with a hint of despair. Song after song in a different style. Dramatic reprise every once in a while. Everything seemed to be going so well, but then we had a difficult spell. Arguments ensued both day and night. Every little thing would result in a fight. Our differing views drove us both around the bend. Sometimes we wouldn't speak for days on end. From the humble start of a rather drunken chat, I wrote a musical with Matt. 5 years passed, and Playing the Musical had risen from its humble origins to a show of epic proportions. 3.5 hours long, 40 cast members, celebrity casting including Jonathan Pryce. A reality check followed, as did another year of cutting. But then we were ready to produce our now somewhat reduced show at the Edinburgh Fringe. More arguments about casting, backing tracks, microphones, costumes, particularly the Pied Pipers, wheelbarrows, flying, sleeping arrangements, noisiness, doing times tables at night, costume cleaning, Dan Tyler Smith, and bloody beggar bowls with lights in them.
I'm still waiting for those.
Sorry, I did promise I wouldn't mention the beggar bowls.
Still waiting.
But
Oh God.
despite all this, Blade was a resounding success, and with some excellent reviews and sound show status, we only lost £5,000. When we returned to London, though, this is the sad bit, right? Thanks. Matt announced that it was time to begin a new chapter of his life. Teaching in Taiwan. With no new ideas, well, apart from more natural disasters, we realised that this was it. Writing a musical with Matt. Went as quickly as that. A moment on top of the world, the next on opposite sides. That's my best line, by the way. Writing a musical with that could still remains a fact. And we produced a hell of a show that to this day just continues to grow. German rights sold then Edinburgh again, with a 5-star review in 2010. The US premiere starts next week, directed by a bit of a freak. Wonderful road I'd love to tread anew, writing a musical with you.
You've begun your married life, and you have a new chapter in your life.
Look at your life, isn't it great? Writing and teaching in an East Asian state, and now with your wife, you're the guy who has everything.
Well, someone to hold, someone to cherish as you grow old. Yes, Matt, we can honestly say you have everything.
Yet at the heart of each successful marriage comes sharing all aspects of you. Your love of James Bond, you must share it. Well, I've lost my place. Steven Seagal, superheroes, Johnny Depp too.
Teach her to pout, it's your greatest skill. Make sure she does it in every photo. Try not to shout or argue or cause any hurt.
Cook find food whenever you can, but try to avoid some of your famous combos. Porridge with bacon and trout, balls with yogurt.
Sing her some songs.
Buy your books.
Teach her to do your Zoolander books. This is the key for Ariel to be part of your world.
And on that note, we have come to the last of our do's and don'ts. Lastly, and most importantly, do love each and every one of these eccentricities and quirks that we have mentioned, as they are some of our very favourite parts of Mount. Ariel, I would now like to toast you in your native tongue. And I would like to say, we welcome you with all our love. woman, so yude ren, xiang ya. Let me start again. Woman, so yude ren, xiang ya hani zu ai.
Yep.
Did that make sense?
Yep. They got it.
I think my Taiwanese may need a little bit of improvement. let me try that. You know. Let me try again. 我们用 so you day I 欢迎你 Excellent. A toast to love in all its forms, miscommunications, mistranslations, as you live and grow together. Yangi.
Oh, reprise, dramatic reprise.
Sing her your songs, read her your books, teach her to do your Surana looks. This is the key forever to be. Heart of your Please be upstanding and join us in a toast of the bride and groom.
Guys, well done.